This video is for miniwargaming.com. I've decided to take and do a 40mm fantasy base using the chaos spawn that I converted earlier today. The first thing you want to do is find a bunch of cork that you can easily snap to get into the right position, the right size, and to fit on your base correctly. First thing to do is start out with a nice size piece. Take the hot glue gun. Be pretty generous with the glue. Be careful because it is hot. Press firmly down. This will be my first piece. This will basically be a base that I work off from here on out, using different sizes, layering different directions. What I want to do is get this to look like kind of like he's stepping down on an angle, so he's climbing down off rocks. So what I need to do first is figure out where the legs are going to hit and then position from there on out. Meanwhile, take and just hit the glue on there. You don't have to worry if you use too much glue, because you're going to hide it later. You can always scrape it off and then kind of build from here. It's always nice to kind of eyeball your piece, make sure it's going in the right direction, right where you need it to be. Keep placing your miniature on it to see if you're going in the right direction with it. You don't want it to look like it's kind of toppling over. What I'm going to do here is grab a couple pieces, see where I need to be to keep stacking them up. See where the next legs are going to be. What you're going to do is you take your stack, you start gluing them, start pressing them right down. The hot glue really works well. I've tried a lot of different other types of just regular Elmer's glue and all that. I like to take and use this hot glue. It works really fast. It's very durable. It seems to hold everything in place very well. I just keep stacking them on just like you're building a sandwich. Take and reposition them. See if that's where you want them to be. Like I said, I like to have them to where they don't look like they're always in the same position, just coming straight at you. This one here is going to be coming more of a downward angle, so he'll look a lot more like he's climbing down. By positioning it like this, you can kind of see where I'm building them from. I'm going to take and tilt them right now so you can see that these legs here are still up. I still need to take and add a few more pieces down through here, kind of build out, but that's pretty much where I'm looking to take him. Looking for a few smaller pieces that you want to just kind of fit into place. You want to make sure that it's broken pretty much all the way around. If you take and look at this, there's not really a straight side to it, and that's what you want. when the cork you buy, it comes in a sheet like this, but you want to always break it to where it's irregular. That way when you take and actually paint it, it looks like just chunks of rock. And with this, you can always just add to it. You kind of heat up the glue that's already been down there, and then squeeze some more glue in its place. And then what you want to do is you want to press this into the cracks. That hot glue will take and seal it all together, and you won't have to worry about it. If you're worried about underneath, with it being a little bit wiggly, you can always take and squirt some hot glue down in there, just like so. Take another extra piece, and then just sandwich that down on top of it. What that'll do is it'll make it a lot sturdier. You won't have to worry about it breaking and falling apart. Now for another fitting here. I think maybe one more piece, and that should just about do it. Trying to find the right piece in the right direction. That's what you want to do, is you want to kind of work things in, make it look kind of natural. This base here I will also paint, and have a video on how to do that also. The glue doesn't take that long to dry, which is nice, because you can always take it, and if you have the time, go out as soon as you get it done, and it's up to your liking. You can always go ahead and spray it with black primer. That's what I always use, because it makes it a lot easier to take and deal with all the cracks and crevices, and making things darken right up instead of having to paint everything solid black to begin with. Now, fitting the miniature on the base, that's what we're working on right now. Trying to get everything to fit correctly, make it look like he's actually moving across some very difficult terrain. I think that will about do it right there. One more smaller piece, and I should just about have it here. I think that's it right there. Like I said, you always want to look for an irregular piece. This piece has a slight flat spot on it, so I'm going to take and exchange it with one other piece. Now when you take and paint this black, or prime it black, do a dry brush with a dark gray, then a lighter gray over that. Let that dry, and then turn around, and you can go ahead and flock the underlying pieces, sometimes some of the flat ones, add vines, leaves, anything of that matter. You always want to make sure that you know which way is the front, which way is the back. That way if anybody asks you, you can tell them. I always make sure that the base is clear, so even though this overhangs, they still know that the base is right here when you're playing them. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me at www.jlminiatures.com. We are a full-line painting service. We paint Warhammer, War Machine, 40K, Reaper. If you have any questions, just go to the website. Thank you very much.